All right, welcome to computer science. You should have NetLogo downloaded on your computer, and now you'll be able to do our first model, which is draw your name. Before we do that, just a little tour of NetLogo. This screen is called the interface, and that's where all the action will happen. The information section is where you put all your copyright information, and then coding is where you'll actually do the code. And you can change them by clicking on the tabs up here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is start in our code, and whatever you put after semicolons will be something we call comments. So go ahead and put 2 semicolons and type your name. You're also going to put the date, and then you should put the name of the model, which is draw your name. Okay, you'll do that for every model, and that's how I know whose model I'm grading. That's one way. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is create what's called a procedure, and you do that by typing 2 and then the name of your procedure. So I'm going to do to draw name. Every procedure will also end in the word end. Everything we put will go in between those two. Now, another thing to note, your procedure name has to be one word, so that's why I didn't put any spaces. Okay, the first command we're going to put is clear all. Sorry about that, we were at clear all. So clear all goes right after your 2 and your first procedure, because that gets rid of everything that you had from the last time you ran the model, and that'll make more sense later. Okay, then we're going to do something called create turtles. So you're going to type create dash turtles and put the number of turtles that you want. In this case, I want 1. And after that, you can ask the turtles to do things. So this is where it gets fun. Everything you ask the turtles to do will go in open and close brackets. So I'm going to ask my turtles to set their heading 0. And set heading is what direction they're going to face. So 0 is up, 90 is to the right, 180 is down, 270 is to the left, and you can do any direction in between that. But I just want them to set their heading 0. I also want them to set their XY, and that should be one word, set XY, and then I tell them their X and the Y that I want them to set. So I'm going to do -5, -5, and that'll put them in the bottom left corner of the interface. So 0, 0 would be right in the middle. Okay, once they're where I want them to be, then I can make them draw. So I'm going to use pen down. That makes them draw, I should say. Okay, and then you are going to tell them how to walk. So if you use forward, they'll go forward, and you have to tell them how many steps. And then to turn them, you can just set heading to whatever direction that you want them to turn from that point. So in this case, I said pen down. They should walk forward 13 straight up and then turn 90 degrees. And if I do forward 13 again, it should make a little angle. You can check your code by clicking check. If there's anything wrong with it, it'll be yellow, and it'll tell you what you need to do to fix it. And you'll notice that there's nothing here yet because we have to add a button with the name of our procedure, which was draw name. So I'm going to make sure this is on button, click add, and in the commands part, I just put the exact spelling of my procedure without the to part, just draw name. If you want to change it, you change it right here where it says display name. Okay, so if I click on that, and I'll slow this down so you can see the whole procedure. And let me do that one more time. Okay, we've got 1 turtle created. It sets its heading straight up at 0, moves to -5, -5, and then goes 13 steps, which is doing very slowly right now. And then it will turn and do 13 more steps in the 90-degree direction. I'm going to just speed that up so you can see it finish. Okay. So you know basically everything you need to know to be able to draw your name. One thing that might be helpful is the pen up function. So if I did that, then anything I did after the pen up function would not have a line drawn for it. All right. And you'll see that it ends up all the way over here, so much so that it wraps around, and it is a wraparound screen. And then I can put pen down again. So you're going to use these commands, forward 13 or forward however many steps, set heading to whatever angle to get your name drawn out. And when you're done with that, then you'll go to Edmodo, and you can just type a note, say, here's draw my name. Okay, send it to me. Oops, okay, just type my name, and attach your file. Another thing you should know, just for future reference, is every time we save our model, we save as the name of the model, draw your name, dot your first name, dot your last name, dot NetLogo. The NetLogo part is especially important because that is what tells the computer to save it as a NetLogo file and not just as text. And then you'll attach it, and you're done.